All right, we are good to go. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Blanchard. I'm coming to you this morning from Aurora, Colorado. And the wonderful lady who normally does the Thursday morning Zoom, Miss Robin DeMio, she is actually on her way to the airport to travel. We're having the annual ARIIX North American Conference in the Dallas-Fort Worth area this weekend. So she has extended the honor to me to be able to present her call this morning. So I thank you guys for joining us and would like to get started and share a little bit with you about an and gifted to have, and we want to extend that gift and that opportunity to others. So I would like to invite a very dear friend of mine to share with you a little bit about his experience this morning. Anthony Moreland has been with the company. So we've come in with a merge. So Limu is the company that Anthony and I came in with, and we're now under ARIIX. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But Limu is what brought Ant into this industry. And he's been with us for almost 10 years now, I think. Is that right, Anthony? 10 years almost? Awesome. And he has had just a tremendous transformation in his life. And I would like for him to share with us and tell us a little bit about, if you would, Anthony, what has this meant for you and your life? How has it changed things for you? Just tell us a little bit about the benefits and the opportunity and what you love about what you do now.
Awesome. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Yes. I actually got started with Limu, like Michelle said, about 9 years ago. Yeah, 9. I'm going on 10 now. It'll be 9 in October. So I was 21 years old, you guys. So I was a 21-year-old kid. So if you know anybody who's young and you want to share this with them, maybe it's a child you have or a niece or nephew or just somebody you meet. Trust me, you should share it with them because you just never know. I actually got turned on by a good friend of mine, Justin Martin, and there's another good friend of mine that was on the track team as well. And he asked me if I was open to making a little extra money. He didn't know that I personally at that time was on my hands and knees praying, looking for something that could help me out, you guys. And I heard everything that you're going to hear today. And if you're like most people, you're going to get excited, you're going to get started, and you're going to make it happen because that was like me. I was one of those most people. I said, hey, I gotta give me some of that. I want some of that financial income. I remember telling Justin, I said, hey, if half of what you're telling me is true about the products, that'll be a blessing for me and my family. If half of what you're telling me is true about the financial part, the numbers and how I can make some extra money, that'll also be a blessing. And I got started. Never done anything like this before. I was a computer science major, business administration. But I do remember a professor telling me this, and it always sticks to me. He said, if you want to be successful in business, it's two things you need to have. You need to find out something that people need. And then two, you have to figure out a way to fulfill that need. Well, with ARIIX, I found something that I can help people out on a physical standpoint and a financial standpoint. And all I do is share it. And so that's what I was able to do over the years. I mean, I was 21 years old, about 2.5 months into it, I was already making enough money on the side on a part-time basis to pretty much cover my car note and enough to pay all my bills as a college student. So unlike a lot of people, unfortunately, that go to school and get out of school and have trouble finding a job, I didn't have to rush to get out of school and try to go work for somebody else. My dream job, to be totally honest, you guys, was Apple. I always wanted to work for Apple. But it actually took Apple 4 years, you guys, just to give me a call. So had I not had this opportunity, had I not started it before I graduated and everything, I would have been really looking for something to do. And not no disrespect to no jobs, but most of the time, even with a college diploma, they still put you at the bottom of the totem pole, and you just start working, and you start working at places that you pretty much could have went. You didn't even have to go to school to start working at. I got a lot of friends that, come back, work at warehouses and Walmart and different jobs like this just to get something. And that's not what I wanted to do. And I'm so thankful for this opportunity that Michelle is going to share with you and Mr. Dave is going to share a little bit with you guys, because this same opportunity allowed me to, when I did get the job at Apple 4 years later, when I was showing up early, staying late, doing everything possible, and life hit, which I believe everybody gets hit with life. My grandmother had a stroke out of nowhere, and watching family members argue about who's going to take off work and who was going to take care of grandmother because they couldn't afford it. I watched all these people argue about money and time, and I really had the opportunity to just, ask my job for the 2 to 3 weeks, even though they denied it and told me no, you guys. And I ended up putting my 2 weeks in because at that moment I realized I never wanted nobody to tell me anymore when I couldn't take off of work to help out a family member or a friend, or even how much money I could make. I was capped on how much I could make at my position. And so at that moment I made a decision. And so I really pretty much been working for myself and being, as some people like to say, retired, but I retired into something, not out of something. So I'm retiring into something, and it's been a journey these last 9 years. I'm still getting paid off efforts I did sitting in my college dorm room 9 years ago. I'm still getting paid off efforts I did at the back of my truck at track practice. And that's what I love about this industry, is how you can share something with somebody and you can still get paid off of it years down the line. And that's what I love about it. Also, the amazing people I get to meet, like you, Michelle, like Mr. Dave. It's just like an extended family for me, and it's an amazing journey. And I highly encourage you to pay attention to Mr. Dave and also Michelle when she kind of just shares a little bit with you guys.
Awesome, Anthony. Thank you so much. And really, isn't it cool that this morning, Dave is joining us from the airport? You're joining us from Dallas, and you can really do this from anywhere. If you have access to a phone or the internet, you can do this truly from anywhere you find yourself. You're running late and you're like, hey, but I can pull over and stop and I can do this call right here, even though I'm not back home or back to the office. You have that flexibility. And what a gift that it was to you to be able to then take that time to be with your family. And you've never had to go back, have you? No. And what a difference it is to have, we all need that job, and it's important to be able to pay our bills and take care of our responsibilities. And that side of what we're talking about today is work ethic. That is being responsible. That's taking care of business. But there's a different mindset that we want to talk about today that is more about creating financial independence, being able to pursue something that allows you to leave a legacy for your family. I had the opportunity over the weekend to spend a bit of time with Dave Vance, who's going to be sharing with us here in just a minute. And what a blessing and a gift that opportunity was, to spend 8 hours with Dave driving to and from an event. I love about Dave that he's not technically in my upline or my team, if you will, in what is traditionally considered a team, but he is a team player. And because it helps others to improve their life, to change their circumstances, and it helps all of us to grow and to improve and to better our lives and that of those around us, he said to me, yes, I'd be happy to come with you and help you get your team started. And so we went and we took a drive out to Sterling and met with one of my team. And this man is just amazing. He has a heart for people that not too many people in this world have. He spent some time in the military serving our country. So truly, he knows what it is to serve and to value freedom. And Dave has been able to serve and to provide freedom to people in our country on the side where you have the military that protects our rights and our freedoms. And then as he got out of that and he had opportunity to begin businesses, he's very entrepreneurial. He's had many businesses over the years, but then he found this industry, the network marketing industry, and he was able to begin to create financial freedom. And Dave truly understands the value of true freedom. And that means freedom from debt, freedom from the stress and the pressures of unbearable financial obligations. And so I would like to introduce you all this morning to my dear friend, Mr. Dave Vance, and have him share with us a little bit about what that looks like to get out of the box. And I actually want to share a picture with you real quick, because this picture, it kind of cracks me up a little bit, but I think that we do this sometimes to ourselves. Let me see if I can get the kitty up here. All right, can y'all see that? It says it's a cat sitting in the cat carrier and the top's off, and he's just staring at the gate. And it says, if you focus too hard on the problem, the solution can evade you. And there is kind of a mindset of, you know, just getting by, struggling to make the ends meet. And we get caught in that box where we're looking at the door, and if we just jump out and do something different, we could have a better solution. And so Dave, would you share with us a little bit about that better solution and what you have seen over the years and how you have achieved that financial freedom yourself and how other people can do that?
Wow, thank you this morning, and I appreciate that. Can you hear me okay? All right. Well, you know, guys, she said a lot of things, and I'm honored and humbled by those things. And the reality is, servanthood should be something that's just something natural. But you know, sometimes the flesh can allow us to be pretty selfish. Sometimes to create success, you're going to get tricked into being a little bit selfish to accomplish your goals. But it's the intent of the heart is what really sets the goal, whether it's servant, serving others, or it's serving yourself. And, you know, as she said, I was introduced to Limu about going on a year and a half ago. Introduced to it 5 years ago by my daughter. Started using the product about a year ago and had amazing transformation with pain in my knees. And I'd been very successful in the industry, created a significant income. Won't throw the numbers out there, but I let's just say I've made more than $7 million over my lifetime, or seven multi figures, okay, and multi-millions of dollars. And I will just say the industry has evolved, just like where you work. If you've worked in a job for the last 15 or 20 years, that same job, you've seen evolution in that business as well. And I think what happens is, for many people, especially as we get a little more mature in our years, we can get very comfortable. You know, and I think what happens is, just like that cat sitting in the box, we tend to look what's in front of us, not look around us. And I really appreciate that picture, because I think what happens is, you know, years ago when I started in the industry, I started a home-based business. Okay, and then that evolved into a phone-based business, and that has evolved again. And if you're going to Dallas, or if you live close enough, you should drive there, because we're going into a digital business, and omni-channeling and things is going to change the entire playing field. I mean, it's kind of like many of you can remember playing on dirt football, and then we went to grass, and then we went to AstroTurf, and then there's been various types of change in that. So you could play all season and indoor, outdoor, whatever. And I use that analogy because where we're headed with our current business is going to level the playing field for every age, every gender, every person at any place they want to be. So if you're on here today and you're just checking things out, welcome. Be humbled that someone has introduced you into the next evolution of business. be thrilled and excited about you're on the cutting edge, but only if you feel like you're a pioneer, only if you feel like you're willing to take responsibility and make excuses reasons instead of excuses. So one of the things that we have to do, in my opinion, is the transformation. What is it you're looking for? You know, I like to look at 3 areas of my life: physical, personal, and professional. In the physical aspect, I've already seen a transformation, losing over 55 pounds, losing inflammation and pain in my knees. So the products work from a physical perspective. For me, they did. I don't know how they're going to work for you, but unless you try them, unless you engage you can't find that out. And of course, there's probably friends and family and that would tell me, "Oh, well, Dave, you could have lost that weight anyway, or you could have taken some drugs and removed the inflammation out of your knees." But see, what they don't realize is I took control of that situation without the input from other people, and I made good, sound business decisions. And in business, I refer to those as IPAs, income producing activity. Okay, most people will fake themselves out because they think because you did something in your business, okay, that's okay. And if it doesn't increase your income, it's not an income producing activity. It's just an activity. So if you're not making the money that you want, see, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. And when you do those things, you can free up debt. You can pay your house off. You can pay. See, if you're looking at this business for the next 5 years, and if you're going to be in Dallas, looking and hearing where we're going, or you're going to be on the live streams, folks, I would just ask you today, look at the next 5 years. Okay, look at whatever you can provide. If it's 2 hours a day, you're going to see you'll make more money in a 2 hour a day potential over the next 5 years than any debt structure, to include your house and cars and everything else. You could pay it all off in the next 5 years if you chose to. Because it isn't, the opportunity isn't there. It isn't, the money isn't there. It isn't all those things. It's, are you going to put into play income producing activity? Now, here's the secret. You can't do it by yourself. You won't do it by yourself because fear and things will not allow you to overcome and achieve. You have to have a coach. And the coaches that we have in this business are incredible because they've all done what you're going to want to do. But here's the thing, if you don't find and plug in, and I mean by plugging in is surrender and go, okay, I've been around 69, going on 70 years. If I can't surrender to a coach and say, help me become better, I won't move forward. And I can tell you that from personal experiences. You have to have people who can move you forward from a physical perspective, from a personal perspective, and a professional perspective. I mean, think of this, folks. I mean, I'm sitting here at the Denver airport. I'm looking out at buildings. I'm looking out a lot of concrete. That's what we call real estate. When you look on your online business, do you see real estate? Do you see opportunities? See, we're not selling anything. If you're selling, you're living in the 1990s. You're living in the 20th century, not the 21st century. Anything digitally is sharing. You will share product. You will share information. And that information can become knowledge if people are willing to apply it. So the choices come back to all of us for applying it. ARIIX is going to be number one in the next 8 to 10 years, with or without you. Because people who get the digital economy, we're in a new economy. We're in a new digital economy that's major shifting. I mean, for some of you, you've seen right now, there's no coins and no silver in our economy. They're trying to not use it and use every excuse they can. Why? Because it's very expensive. So the more you're going to see credit cards, you're going to see cash cards, you're going to see digital monies come about. Those are evolution. They're happening right underneath us, and we don't take advantage of them. You're on a call today that I hope that I can just get you to understand. The whole world is moving into the world of digital real estate, digital, in other words, space. Your Facebook becomes a billboard. Are you looking at your Facebook as a billboard and promoting your company? Those are ways to make money, and it's going to be physically and easier and quicker and better to do that. Yeah, are you going to have to figure out how to get creative? Yeah. But you know what? If you surround yourself with enough people, you'll become creative. You'll see that cat sitting there by himself. If another cat comes over and looks over the side and goes, "Hey, what are you doing in there?" And that cat looks over and goes, "Oh, yeah, I could get out over the side of this box." Okay? But right now, he's all focused on himself and the woe is me. It's important you guys understand. A day like today, in a world that we live in the world we can create an unlimited business income and economy is just, and for the investment, guys, the investment of even $2,000. It may be hard to come up with $2,000, but the question is, first of all, is it worth it? In other words, if you're expecting that $2,000 to be paid back, how quick do you want it to recover? It's called return on your investment. If you're not looking at this as a business, if you're looking at it as just something small, this may not be for you. Okay? This is an opportunity that's unbelievable, will replace, I don't care, anybody's income stream that's on this call right now. You may be a 7-digit earner. This business has the potential to replace that. So it's the best thing you've seen in your lifetime if you look at it in a proper mindset and perspective. So I'm just excited. Thank you so much for allowing me to share today with people, because when you get to understanding omni-channeling and where we're going and what we're doing, and to have the opportunities that we have, it's unbelievable, folks. And I just can't understand why people wouldn't invest time and money behind this in a massive way to get massive results. So hopefully that helps.
That was awesome, Dave. Thank you so much. And, a couple of things that I grabbed onto as you were talking was hearing that when we step into this opportunity, we're not stepping into it alone.
Correct.
And I think that in a lot of ways, the network marketing and direct sales industry has a bad rap, because a lot of, historically, it's been about, well, just get people in. And that's one of the things that sets ARIIX apart, in my opinion, is that we invite people to have an opportunity to change their life. And we do it right alongside them. We do it with them. We bring them along with us and equip people with the tools that they need to move forward in their life. And so I'm going to share my screen here so that I can tell you a little bit about what Dave is talking about today. Let me know if you can see my screen here. Can we see it? Let me see. Let's go. You got my slides there? Yeah, we can see them. Okay. So we are LIMU, we're ARIIX now. ARIIX was founded in 2011, and I need to update my slides because we're changing so quickly that while this was relevant just a couple months ago, we're now in over 75 countries globally because this company is secure, it's stable, it's debt-free. We are growing at a very rapid pace. In fact, we started in 2011 as a $6 million company. And now, well, just last year, we closed out the year a little over $230 million. Now, if you know anything about business, in 7 years to go from $6 million to $230 million, that's incredible. Just absolutely phenomenal business growth. And we are conceptually a house of brands. So you're familiar with Amazon, where you go to Amazon because you need to buy certain products. Well, ARIIX is a concept of that nature where we are what we call a house of brands. So we are one company with many different product lines available to us. So for instance, we have our Nutrify line, which is nutraceuticals. It's incredibly high quality nutritional supplements. We have our Slenderize line that will give support to your body to get results like this. People who experience, a transition where they find themselves overweight and unhealthy, they have the opportunity to change that. Dr. Crystal here is Dave's daughter, and what a transformation she has had using the products. Over 150 pounds she has released because of being able to support her body with quality nutrition that helps her to slim down. And when you do that, you get healthier. It reduces inflammation. We have an incredible product. It's one of my favorites. It's called MOA. For less than $3 a day, you can support your immune system. You can support your joint function. We have a lot of athletes who use this to help with recovery, to help them to get more ripped and toned, to become competition ready. And on the flip side of that, you have people who have tremendous amounts of weight to lose. My friend Jeannie here, she has dropped 40 pounds in 3 sizes in just a very short amount of time using quality nutritional supplements. Now, we say we don't treat, cure, or diagnose anything, but one thing I do know is that when you give your body the tools that it needs, it's able to do tremendous things. It's able to restore itself, to release inflammation. And so we have a number of product lines that are available to you that allow people to do those things. So the health and wellness industry is a $4.2 trillion industry. People right now more than ever want to become healthier. They want to support their immune systems. They want to preserve and protect their health to start with so that they're not trying to overcome deficits later down the road. And we have the tools that people can use to do that for themselves. And from a business standpoint, our different product categories tap into many different industries: health and wellness, energy drinks, weight loss. Then we also have skincare and personal care. In fact, in Dallas this weekend, we're launching our brand new skincare line, Lucine. I'm so excited to see what that's going to offer because it's a complete skincare line. And from a business standpoint, you want something that people need. You want something that people find value in, and that they're willing to put themselves first, to put their health first, to take care of their needs. You provide that need for them, and then they're able to redirect their spending. And essentially that's what we do, is we take things like skincare and healthcare and weight loss that people are already spending money on, and we help them to redirect that through their own home-based business. So instead of going out and buying from, the Amazons, from the Walmarts, from the GNCs, from other businesses where you never get a referral credit, you never get a kickback on what you're purchasing, but now you're able to purchase those same things in extremely high quality from yourself, from your own home-based business. And how easy is it when something impacts your life to be able to share that? And that's what I have found as I began with ARIIX, is that I personally was experiencing a difference, a benefit for myself. I began to feel better. And when that happens, when you're like, I was so tired, I did not feel good before. And now that I've started giving my body what it needs, I feel so much better. You want to share that with people. And it almost feels selfish when I look at this incredible opportunity that we have. It almost truly feels selfish to me to not share with people. And so you can buy from your own business, but then we also have unbelievable lifestyle perks. We have ARIIX Travel, where everything you spend dollar for dollar goes into a rewards bank that you can then spend to buy down the cost of your travel. And in fact, I'd be willing to bet that Dave used ARIIX Travel to help reduce the cost of his plane ticket and his lodging for this weekend. We have ARIIX Medical. How many times do people work for themselves and they don't have medical insurance? We have a solution to that. We have diamonds, we have loyalty rewards shopping. And the thing that probably is the most significant to me is that we have an incredible culture of people who want to raise others up. My personal philosophy is to empower, encourage, and uplift others. And I find that this opportunity with ARIIX allows me to do that in a way that is significant. It's relevant to people. Because when you can help them to recover their health, to transform their health, to help children to concentrate better, to have better balanced mood, what a difference that makes in people's lives. And so whomever invited you here today, I would encourage you to get back with them. If you have heard about what we have going on here, and this resonates with you as something that you want to participate in, that you realize, you know what? I want to serve others. I want to help others. I want to empower people to change their circumstances. You know, maybe you're the cat looking at the door to the box, and it's your health, and you've been doing the same thing over and over, and it's not working. Nothing's changing. You're not feeling better. You've tried everything out there, but you're doing the same thing. Look around and see, this is an opportunity to do something different. Maybe it's your relationships and you have been stuck with the people around you who maybe they have a poverty mentality, or maybe the culture is just, this is just what we do. We go to work, we get our paycheck on Friday, and we struggle to make our ends meet. Maybe it's they don't want you to progress farther in life. Well, I can tell you, ARIIX has a culture that will raise people up, that empowers them to serve and help others to change their life and their circumstances. And that, to me, is one of the most powerful benefits that I have personally received. And then there's the last one that is so profound to me, is the ability to generate an unlimited income with this opportunity. If you have a work ethic, you want to change your life and that of others, if you want to create a legacy for your children, to create generational wealth, this could be the vehicle to get you there. So get back with the person who invited you today and ask them how you can start your ARIIX journey, how you can begin to be that cat that jumps out of the box, that doesn't focus on the problem, because you have a solution right in front of you. You have it right in your hands to begin today to change your life, to move yourself forward, to empower others around you to also change their life. And I know that I wouldn't be where I am today if my dear friend Robin hadn't given me that opportunity. And so on behalf of Robin, as we present this call and wrap up this morning, I thank you for joining us. I hope that you have a wonderful Thursday and have a blessed day. Get back with who invited you, and please start with us today to start transforming your life and that of people around you. We appreciate you all joining us. Take care and have a great Thursday.